Welcome to the Alignment Blueprint. I'm your host, Callie. I'm a holistic life and business strategist. I also happen to be extremely passionate about holistic healing and growth. With over 13 years of experience, I've worked with clients from all walks of life. I also know living an authentically aligned life in business and in health can be a little overwhelming. I'm here to break it down for you and take you on my journey to authentic alignment. Remember, the materials and content within this podcast are intended as general information only and are not to be considered a substitute for medical advice or treatment. Good morning. Welcome to another episode of the Alignment Blueprint. I have a lot on my mind today, and I'm not entirely sure which direction this episode is going to take, but I did want to touch on to start with that I do recognize that it's the holiday season, right? We just got through Thanksgiving. It's about to be Christmas or whatever holiday you celebrate. And I know it's a harder time when you're on your grieving journey. At least it is for me. I wanted to emphasize the fact that it's okay to be exactly where you are on this grieving journey. You don't have to be further along. You don't have to compare to anybody else. It is your grieving journey to make your own. So some things that I focus on in my grieving journey is I try to remember my dad and talk to my dad and talk about my dad as much as I feel like I need to or want to. I don't hold back because that's not in alignment for me. That's not my most authentic self. My most authentic self is sharing when I feel the need to share about my dad or want to share about my dad. It's talking to him and still asking for his words of wisdom and his guidance. It's really sharing with him what I'm experiencing and sharing with my community what I'm experiencing in that moment. So for instance, today I posted about how, and when you're reading this, it'll have been a few days past, or listening to this, it'll have been a few days past, but I posted how we can live in the end both. So I can simultaneously be extremely grateful for the life I have and the life that I had with my dad for so long. I can also be really pissed off that he's gone. Both are okay. They're all okay. There's no such thing as bad feelings or wrong feelings on this grieving journey. I don't really think there are in general. I think all feelings are valid. But when we talk about living in alignment, right? This podcast is called the Alignment Blueprint. When we talk about living in alignment, we can't be judging ourselves for how we're feeling. That's not an aligned life. That's not an aligned day. That's not aligned living. Being your most authentic self always and being where you are on the journey is living in alignment, is living up to your best and highest good, is feeding your soul in your cup. So I just, over the holiday season, really want to invite you to lean into whatever you're feeling. And if it's pissed off, let it be pissed off. If it's grateful, let it be grateful. If it's both, let it be both. If it is, and not judge, don't judge it. Just be where you are. It's okay to have both. I'm extremely grateful in this moment. I'm extremely grateful for this life, but I'm also really sad that my dad is not going to be here physically to watch my daughter open presents on Christmas Day. I'm extremely happy. I am very blessed. But I'm also a little discouraged that I don't have my dad here with me anymore physically. But I also have this firm belief that he is with me energetically in every single thing I do. And I wish for you today to have that as well. And I know it's hard at times and you maybe aren't getting signs when you ask for them and you're maybe not seeing them in your dreams and things like that. I asked you to lean into literally asking them or asking whatever faith you have to give that to you. Because for instance, and this doesn't always work for me, I'm not going to say it's a foolproof, but it does work for me often where I have asked God or my dad, please come to me in my dreams. God, please send my dad to me in my dreams. And he's there. I close my eyes. I see his smile. I hear his laugh. I hear his voice. This has happened to me multiple times. And again, I'm not saying it's going to always work, and I'm not saying it's going to work for everybody because I don't know. I only know my journey, but it does work for me. I've also asked my dad for many signs on the journey. and he has gifted them to me. And I asked for in my face signs, right? Like, please show it to me in my face. I want to see it. I need it right smack center, right in front of my eyes. And he has gifted that to me. So yeah, I ask for signs like directly in my face, and they are often, very often gifted to me. I also do see, since my dad's passing, 1111 or 111 every day, sometimes multiple times a day. I see all of them. But look for the signs, ask for the signs, speak to them. This is what really works for me and what helps me feel connected on an energetic level to my dad always. So I welcome you to do that today if you're on a grieving journey. I just wanted to touch on that a bit. I do have some other things I kind of wanted to touch on, but I am guiding a workshop called Navigating Grief. It is going to be December 13th. If you're listening to this before that, just Friday, December 13th at noon. So if you can join live, I warmly welcome you and highly suggest that you join live because you can share your journey live. You can share your loved one and be open and be held exactly where you are. But if you can't join live, that's also okay. There will be a recording that will be sent out within a few hours, along with my 10 guided grief journal prompts. Navigating grief journal prompts. So you are more than welcome to take advantage of that. The link will be in the show notes or on my website. It's www.callitony.com/navigating-grief. So you can check that out. It's also in my Instagram bio, the link there. So, yeah, that is my feeling on grief. And then I also wanted to share a little bit more about some other topics because I'm coming into the realization that my aligned life is very multidimensional and I'm a multidimensional being and I can share and talk about and be and do and say all the things because that's just a fact. Another thing I posted today on my Instagram in Facebook was that I'm a multidimensional being, and I believe that makes me a better business owner. For me, I'm not saying for everybody else, but I like different things. I am a business owner and business mentor. I'm also a holistic health coach. I'm also a mother. I'm also a grieving daughter. I'm also a mental health survivor. I'm also all of these things. I love nature. I love music. I love art. I'm all of these things, and they make me a more diverse person, and it's just who I am. I don't want to niche down, and that's completely okay. I don't want to niche down to just grief. I don't want to niche down to just business owners that are grieving. I don't want to niche down to just business owners. I don't want to niche down to just health coaches because I'm multidimensional and I want to line clients that are multidimensional along with me. So if you feel like if you're in that space, and I just kind of wanted to give you permission today to feel okay with where you are in the grieving journey and in the business journey and in the healing journey, that we're multidimensional human beings and it's okay to just be. We don't have to niche down to this one specific thing. Maybe you're like a health coach and you're like, I have to niche down to ketogenic diets or Paleolithic diets or whatever it may be. Maybe you're a business coach and you think you have to niche down to health coaches only. That's what I thought at the beginning when I started my business coaching journey, because I had been in health coaching for 12 years and then I transitioned to 13 years. I transitioned into being a business coach along with doing the health coaching. And I thought, well, I just have to focus on health coaches. And that's so not real. The majority of people in my programs are not health coaches. I do have health coaches, but are not health coaches. And I'm still helping them and being as impactful in the same way I would be if they were all health coaches, maybe in a bigger way because I'm sharing my multidimensional life with them. So if you're on a grieving journey, if you're on a healing journey, if you're in a business journey, if you're in a full-time employee in a career journey and that's what drives you. What I ask from you today is do what makes you feel really good. I'm also an immensely, deeply spiritually rooted person. I do my spiritual and abundance practices every morning, every afternoon, and every evening and throughout the day. I talk to God, I journal, I use my crystals, I practice meditation along with prayer and self Reiki all in one. I listen to things that motivate me that are spiritual. I listen to things that educate me that are just knowledge based. I do all the things that I like to do, and I'm very blessed and lucky to say I don't do anything I don't love. I don't feel anything that I have to do or need to do. I get to do and I want to do. And that's what I want for you today and every day going forward. And how I did this, and I think I've shared it before on this podcast, not this particular episode, but I got really clear on my core values. I had no idea what my core values were before a year ago. I had no clue. I never looked at them before. I've never done them. I got a download. I don't know if it was something I saw or just came to me or whatever it was, but I got a download to get really clear on my core values. And some things that came up were love, trust, integrity, authenticity, faith, um, impact. And I do come back to this often, and I write my core values down often because they shift and change and evolve and grow as we do. And then from there, I wrote out what an aligned day looks like for me. So from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to bed, what is filling my cup? What am I doing that makes me feel really good throughout my day? So I go through all of that, and I do it often, but I get very specific about what I'm doing in those times. I'm doing my abundance practices. What are my abundance practices? I am working with clients. What am I doing when I'm working with these clients? What am I listening to? What am I hearing? And then I get even clearer about the feelings around it. So I want to know how I ideally and aligned in an aligned way want to feel on my aligned day and throughout my aligned day. The feelings are really important because that's what carries us. That's how we manifest what we want when we feel into the feelings that we want to feel and that we're already feeling. And then feeling an abundance of gratitude for the fact that it's already been gifted to you because it lives inside of you. So this dream, this aligned day, this reality that you want to bring to life is a gift from whatever you believe in. It's already been gifted to you and it's yours. It's meant for you to bring it to life. So I do that. I do my aligned day, and then I live that aligned day. I do the things that make me feel really good. And I know you're going to say, but Callie, I have a job. I have to make money. Can you shift that mentality and that mindset around that job so I get to do this? It's bringing in money. Maybe this isn't what I want to do forever, but I'm really grateful that it's serving its purpose for this moment. And I'm going to work and take the steps every day to get to my business. Before I had my business and I had a full schedule, I worked as if I had a full schedule. So I would write down in my aligned day, I want a client at 11, I want a client at 1, I want a client at 3. And when I didn't have clients yet, I worked as if I had clients. I would get on and record podcasts. I would do lives on my Instagram. I would listen to something that's educating me or motivating me. I would write out my dreams. I would write out how I would work with the client, how a session would go. I would go when this was back when I first started 14 years ago as a personal trainer. I would work out, I would talk to people, I would network until I filled those client spots. And this is a practice that I practiced throughout 14 years because there's always ebbs and flows in business, right? And sometimes clients drop off, or sometimes they graduate, or sometimes it's whatever, it's not aligned anymore, and that's totally okay. Coming back to this practice as a root foundation is so important. So I hope you take that today and run with it. Run with these exercises, make them your own, because on the grieving journey, on the healing journey, in the business journey, in the life journey, we all know what's best. We all know what's best for ourselves. I am lucky and blessed and happy to guide you to finding out your truth, your story, your answers. Because deep down, you know, and I'm always going to stand by that. I am a guide. I'm here to help you realize what you already know. I am not here to tell you what to do and what's best for you. I'm here to awaken in you what already lives inside of you and to hopefully give you some shifts and adjustments that will help you live in that alignment. Because in that, we're going to get clear on what really lights you up. And that's the question I want you to ask yourself right now. Journal on it. What lights me up? What brings me joy? What makes me happy? What can I see myself doing in 10 years from now? What do I love to do every single day? What would I love to do every single day? But being together in that magic of co-creation in a clarity call, we get really abundantly clear on what it is you want for the next 5 to 10 years of your life and the next year of your life. And if you don't know where it is, it's a great place to start. It's a great place to spark the interests, the goals, the dreams, the knowing that you are made for more, but you're just not sure where it is going. So you can also schedule that at my website, callietoney.com. And I would be so happy to meet with you. I am feeling into 2025, and this week in my Authentic Alignment Business Accelerator group, we had a call, and it's all about feeling into the money and the energetics for 2025 and how we want to feel receiving money and attracting money and how we're going to do it. So we did the energetics first, and then we did the strategy. And this is how I lay out all of my calls and all of my programs. It's all about the energetics and the spirituality and the mindset work, and it's all about the strategy. It's not a linear journey, right? There's no one to me without the other. Because I wouldn't love my life, I wouldn't love who I am, I wouldn't love where I am if I didn't have both. And when I don't practice both equally, I'm in a funk. I'm not aligned. For you, what feels really good? And if you need a little guidance along the way, to give me a call. I love you guys so much, and I'm so here for you throughout your grieving journey, throughout your healing journey, throughout your life journey, throughout your business journey, throughout your motherhood journey, throughout your parenting journey, throughout whatever it is. I'm here for you. I see you, I hear you, and you are safe. So I love you guys. I will check you out next week for another episode of the Alignment Blueprint, and I'll talk to you soon. Thank you for joining me for another episode of the Alignment Blueprint. I hope you enjoyed and got at least one takeaway. Liking what you hear? Subscribe to this podcast on whatever platform you listen from. And don't forget to join me over on Instagram at CallieTony_. That's at CALLITONY_. Talk soon.